Oh god. I'm cringing just looking at him.
Ooh. Got a antenna implanted into his brain. None of the doctors wanted to do it, and several boards of ethics committees didn't want to allow this to happen. Obviously, it's a very strange thing, but he had an anonymous doctor implant it straight into his brain. He has 5 friends in 5 different continents, all of them except for Antarctica, and he allows them to send colors and images into his brain. Today, I wanted to talk to you about Super Troopers 2 because I just watched it. It came out on 4/20, but I did see it on 4/19 because I was a little busy on 4/20, but that's besides the point. I'm a big proponent of only putting healthy, good things into your body, and so that's why I'm drinking Pepsi. And cheers, everybody. I've been Zach. Don't you do crack, don't you do cigarettes, don't you do drugs, don't do anything bad, don't believe the ads, don't believe the hype, don't listen to the man. We can get through this, guys.
She was the only dog I've ever had that could shake your hand. Every other dog just thought I was trying to give him something when I stuck out my hand. Although sometimes she got a little overzealous about shaking your hand and she'd smack you in the face. And you know, like I said, today's rough. Kind of feels like she's smacking me in the face with this, but I know that it's good, and I know that it's the right thing, and she won't be in pain anymore. Let me know if you knew that wasps enjoy getting drunk once they retire from their jobs, and let me know if you wish that you only had a 22-day max job, and then you could retire and get drunk all the time. And on his 90th birthday, this man jumped out of an airplane. I couldn't do that now, let alone when I'm 90. That's crazy. You'd think most 90-year-olds would have a heart attack on the way down, and let alone live several years longer. And it says intense flavor eruption, a cataclysmic crunch, and amped fiery heat. I expect my mouth to be crying with saliva and my heart to be burning with passion and love for these things, and I am a bit of a heat connoisseur, so these may just be cool for me. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're really hot. Oh, they spell. I can't. It took my English language abilities away.
Does it help if I put on my hood? Does it help if I go from a different angle? Does it help if I start rapping? Because I can rap and I can tap on my hands and on my heart. If you want to know where to start, you can go to my YouTube channel and click that like. You can go anywhere and ride a bike if you have one. If you don't, then I'm sorry, man. But you can go to a guy named Stan and watch his videos instead, because he probably gets more than 10 views.
The flavor of this is unremarkable. It is not the best. Wow. I'm sorry, this is blowing my mind. Oh, sorry, I should cut that out in editing. This is blowing my mind a little bit. It's got Pop Rocks in it, and I didn't realize that. But I took a bite. A few seconds later, I started feeling the going on up in my food receptacle. Does it wake me up? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it does. Because not only because it burns my tongue, makes me physically ache and yearn for something colder, but it also gives me a caffeine rush. It tastes like somebody made this strong.
Okay, so the fire alarm's going off. No big deal. Just another day at Walmart. Not sure if there's a real fire or not, but I'm just gonna keep on working. Sounds good to me.
Alright, here's a question for you, Grand Poder. Why does Jesus look like he's about to orgasm?
Eric, what's up, man? Glad to have you here. You are definitely a member of this subscriber chain. You are actually number 77
on this subscriber chain. He used to be one of the OGs. As you can see, there was tape, but turns out tape doesn't hold very well on this paper. So you got to do what you got to do, and then you'll make it work with what you got. Oh, but man, that bums me out too. All these Viners come over here and start causing problems, really ruins it for everybody else, and then PewDiePie with his anti-Semitic fiasco, whatever you want to call that. I mean, granted, I was on PewDiePie's side for that. I don't think that he's anti-Semitic. I think that they were just jokes in poor taste. But, you know, we got people like, well, we used to have people like George Carlin. Of course, he passed away. But he did a lot of humor like that. Maybe comedians aren't the best people to go to, though, because then we've got Bill Cosby, who obviously is being accused of raping many, many women. And we've got Louis C.K., who was masturbating in front of many, many women. And he admitted to that, so that's not even a question anymore. I could not have done this without you. Look. I'm gonna end up ripping this thing. You gotta make a mummy out of yourself. That's the secret. Alright. So I could just stream like this for a while. Is it cool? It gets better. It gets easier. Sometimes that happens on a Wednesday, and sometimes that happens on a Monday. So live each day like it's going to be the best day, and fly above anything that needs to happen. I got to get back to work, so if you can't fly above, drive above. Hi, can I ask you a question real quick? Just one moment of your time. Do you like Taco Bell? And if so, what do you like to order there?
A cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh, awesome. I like that too. But more than that, I like the Leafy Crunch burrito. Do you like my tattoo? I'm very passionate about this burrito.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. You gotta represent.
Crazy. You're crazy.
Does it look good though?
Yes, it actually looks good.
Awesome. Well, that's all that really matters, right?
Is that what you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you have a beautiful night, man.
If you ask me, the biggest controversy is still why they can't use small, medium, and large. They gotta use the tall and the Fenty and the Grande, and why can't we just say small, medium, and large?
Yeah, I mean, in elementary school, I was just kind of a spaz. And there was this one time that this Russian girl joined the class, and she started chasing me under desks and stuff. And I was just running from her screaming because she was yelling Russian at me. She was, I don't want to be offensive and do like a Russian impression right now, but she was just chasing me under desks, screaming Russian at me like angrily, and I had no idea what was going on. But I was scared. And then her cousin, who was one of my friends, was like telling her to attack me. He's like, Olivia, sick him! And she was like, hi! Like I said, I don't want to imitate that, but it was scary. And things like that constantly happen to me, and I don't know. I would not get along with certain teachers.
You were constantly chased around by other children?
Or chasing other children.
Oh.
With me pretending to speak foreign languages. Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird time. Well, I feel like he's kind of being a straight up gangsta right here, because his first one, Gray spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. It's like that video where everyone's like, oh, like mediocre minds coming from Albert Einstein. That's like, yeah, well, I'm smarter than all of you, so screw off. Like, that makes Albert Einstein a real
He's
G.
basically saying, like, his critics are mediocre, and it doesn't matter what they think.
Right, so who cares what they think, because
he
they're
knows
mediocre,
he's
and I'm
top
a
shit.
genius. I'm the smartest man alive. But
we were at the hospital for her father's passing, which was sad, but it's a funny story. She was going outside to smoke, and they lock the doors at 9 o'clock at that hospital. And if you go out past then, you're just locked out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm going to smoke. And my Aunt Judy was like, it's 8:52. And my grandma thought she said, it sucks to be you. And it's like, cause she's going out to smoke and she's going to get herself locked out. And
Yeah,
just
either way it works.
like outside the hospital, yeah. So my grandma, she goes, fuck you. And Aunt Judy's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I said, it's 8:52. Don't get yourself locked out. And she's like, oh, I thought you said it sucks to be you.
Becomes a meme.
The Rock, the musical.
Yeah, for real. Every Rock movie should be about The Rock going through all of the Rock movies. I feel like that would make for a better movie musical than any individual movie becoming one.